All right. Well, when you guys weren't looking, I finished up all the worker code, and I wasn't in my streaming mood today, probably because I hadn't slept as much as I wanted to, and today is the first day that I'm lowering my caffeine intake, and so my mood wasn't exactly calibrated, and so I decided to work alone so that I could take work for 15 minutes, take 10-minute break, just because my brain wasn't functioning uh, as good as I wanted to, or as predictable as I wanted to. Anyways, hard stuff are out of the way now. All of the workers have been implemented. Now what we have to implement next is the automation slot slash worker slot. And what worker slots are, let me pull this thing back just a touch. Let's see. Yep. You're safe. Double checking if everything looks perfect. Let me select this guy, maybe like so. Come on. Yep, better. What that means is we are going to have, these are, I call these slots, right? Or these rather. Let me see if I can find anything that is simpler to understand. Basically these trigger pads when you can stay on and pay something to unlock something, right? These are our unlock slots. Now we are going to design these slots for unlocking these workers that we wrote the code for. So basically there are these slots that you stand on top of, and a panel would pop up, and then the player can watch a rewarded ad or maybe pay some money or whatever, and then they unlock that worker. So first we have to create that for every worker that we have. That's the first task, and then we have to connect that worker slot to the reward system, meaning the player shouldn't be facing all of these worker slots the moment they start playing the game, right? But rather they have to unlock them one by one as they progress through the game. So maybe in the very beginning, none of them are open, and then maybe as they level up, they unlock a waiter for the restaurant. Another level up, they unlock a cashier. Another level up, they unlock a chef, right? So first we have to design the slots, connect them to the reward system, and add the little niceties on top, like when you unlock a new one, I want some particle and a camera movement and stuff like that. But we have systems for that, right? So all we have to do is just to be patient, trust ourselves, and keep going with this. All right, first thing first, decisions needs to be made here. Are they going to be 2D slots or 3D slots? I like the idea of 3D slots. Yeah, especially because we are not paying at this moment, right? This is just a filler thing. Right. So let's do it. I want to copy this. Just gonna duplicate this. And bring it maybe over here so we have a good visual. Good view of it rather. Let's replace this by the icon of a worker. And we probably don't have it here, but Let me bring one from another game that I have. Just so that we have something to work with, right? Just so that we have something to give us a perspective. As a matter of fact, I can just drop in the entire folder here. Right? And just have to design this first. I don't like the color, so that's the first angle of attack. I call that angle of attack, by the way, just because it sounds cool and it sounds military, right? Let's go with we haven't used blue, so that makes sense. Blue totally makes sense for this. Which one is, yeah. Now let's switch up the icon. And maybe the waiter, yeah, because we use it everywhere. Kinda don't like how the waiter looks. What about this cleaner? What about this chef? Which one do I like the most? Let's go with the waiter. These are placeholder icons at the end of the day, right? And I suspect we want a different color. Maybe actually something along these lines, right? Why not purple? And let me see. Okay, I'm definitely sure I've done something to my biceps. Something feels off with it. Thankfully, Arms Day is 2 days from now. It's gonna take some magnesium and we'll be fine, I think. So this is image filler meta transition. Let me see, how is this structure? So image filler top ribbon. Let us create a folder, name it worker. Create a folder, name it worker slot, maybe. Bring it back here to script. In there, and first we're gonna name it worker slot parent. We're definitely going to need this, and then we're gonna have a worker slot image filler. And worker slot image filler is simply a child of this guy. And what is the problem here? What do we have to inherit? Probably type of character identifier, arcade player identifier class is the name. Yep, found it. Now we have this. Simply override unfilled up. We're gonna get the worker slot parent. I'm gonna cache it out here. Gonna get it. Component in parent. Worker slot parent. And you're gonna talk to it and say, image filled up, right? Which means you have to open the panel here. Yep. Gonna get it. Panel something something. It wasn't public, was it? Okay, so image filled up. That's it. So this is the image filling logic. Now we need to write a panel class over there. And sprite worker panel icon, or just simply worker icon. Yeah. So, ouch. You're gonna have the worker slot here. You're gonna name this worker slot. And this is select an icon. We're gonna select this icon. Waiter. Set it here. Drink some water too, because I keep forgetting I should drink water. Ah, Jesus Christ, I don't have water around. Hold on. Gotta bring myself some water. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably don't have any water left. Huh. I should order some water. I do have some what do you call it? Water with electrolyte? Electrocuted? Definitely not. Tastes terribly, but it'll hydrate us. It will hydrate us. And let's keep going, right? This is the worker slot. This should be saved as a prefab parent. So worker parents here. Yep. And hey, I've finally got some people watching over there on Twitch. Hello, people on Twitch. expand this so I can. Shouldn't I be able to see chat here? Hold on. Where is it? Back to Twitch. Channel. Ah, I see. Found the button. Open the chat. Great. Let's go. So, this is basically the slot. Now, we need the panel. Because this triggers the panel opening. So let's do that. There it is. Let's duplicate this. This is a pop-up panel worker worker purchase, worker RV, worker panel, worker unlock. Just say worker unlock. Just say that. Worker RV. No, none of them are good, but let's keep it that way. We'll change it later. Let's not be that sensitive. Let's modify this panel so it fits the purpose. I need this section here. I need this section. Trying to see how we can come up with a relatively. We're not looking for anything perfect here, right? We'll finish the design probably tomorrow. So let's name it as an example waiter. Something simple. I'll finalize the panel tomorrow. Let's duplicate this here, over here. Say image worker icon. And pass in the waiter. Yep. Pass in the waiter. And preserve aspect. Make it white. Make it smaller than this. Bring it over here. Like so. Something like this. And we're gonna say this button will be shouldn't be green, but I'll change that later. So we're gonna say this is like higher. Yep, that's the word I'm looking for. Higher, and we're gonna add an image. We are going to add an image. Bring it here, or here, or here, or here, or here. Let's put it there. And reward video. Yep, this is what I'm looking for. Gotta be very careful. This is a 512 by 512. Yes, beautiful. Right, let's have it here. Let's go with 110, 110. Yeah, maybe that's good. I gotta check these sizes on the phone. Right? Texts are not that visible to me. I'm sure we can increase this to maybe 50. Juicy, right? And should this be on the right or on the left? On the right. Also regarding the colors, gotta make this blue. Don't want to lie to the players, you know. and maybe green as like no thank you, or no, or cancel, or back, or close. Let's go with cancel. Cancel. It's more computery. Makes sense. You can read it instantly when it's canceled, right? And let's make this bigger. Again, all of this have to be double checked on the phone. I want to get a feel for it, right? We don't have a focus group to test all of this. This is, I set the rules here, right? And maybe, yeah, like that. Center the guy. Beautiful. Buttons themselves, they are very like skinny buttons. I want them to be juicier. Just a touch, maybe 135. Yep, that's enough. That'll do for now. Maybe I don't want to center them either. So here, enough. We're gonna finalize the visuals later. This is nothing finalized here. Panel, panel, panel. I'm gonna put it here. I need a good naming scheme. Hold on. Let me open my other game. Oh, I'm not gonna find the script here though. I'll probably name it something stupid like automation purchase panel, something like that. So let's be smarter here. Let's say worker purchase panel, right? Something like this. Bring the class name over here. Worker purchase panel, beautiful. And let's make this a pop-up panel. And let's just handle some game events. Let's make this a singleton. So worker purchase panel instance, override obey, and simply right, easy. Now gotta let's say display, right? And on display we need to pass in a worker slot parent, and we're gonna save it. Worker slot parent, current worker slot, right? Remove this so that we can handle the events post button clicks and stuff like that. So we're gonna cache a reference here. I'm gonna do the set visibility scale anything, and button clicks. Are we gonna have them as buttons here, or are they gonna have separate objects? Give me a minute. I usually like to add. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go. So claim clicked bool, not multiplier. What am I doing? So close button clicked is one, and higher button clicked. Next up, these are all easy stuff. Simply do that, and then we need to reference the image, public image, worker icon image, right? And we are going to set the sprite to worker slot icon, beautiful. And also here we need a text push grow GUI, and worker name or worker title. Worker title is better. And we are also going to initialize that. What am I doing? What am I doing? Worker title text is worker slot, and let's also add that in the worker slot. I'm gonna say public string worker title. Beautiful. In the meantime, let me do a little audio check. On image, right? And we are going to set the sprite to. Yeah. It is my ugly voice. Let's go with Liberian girl. Not the 7-minute version. You had a 3-hour version. That's what I'm looking for. Maybe human nature, right? Yeah. Did I really run out of water? I think I did. All right. So we set the and let me make sure if this handles. Yeah, perfect. So this is simply set visibility scale to false. And this, well, this is another can of, this is a whole another can of worm, right? This also gotta close this, but this guy, current worker slot, void purchase. Let's say purchase, and everything purchase related happens here. Hold on. This is how your button clicked, not callback. So void on RV success, right? That's when we are going to call this. So then that we're going to call platform monetization parent instance show are rewarded. On success, you're gonna say on RV success. That's how we're gonna do it. We are not rookies here. In this specific domain, although in life, that's a whole nother story. You're gonna place a fix, you're gonna scale down the slot, you're gonna spawn the worker, you're gonna save the worker as purchase, you're gonna initialize the worker, start to work, and also we're gonna load worker at start. I'm gonna add that feature too. Now, question is, should worker be here? Should we have the worker or not? Hold on, I'm thinking. It's getting hot in here. Let me turn on the AC or yeah, upon further investigation, I figured out that I have actually run completely out of water, but we'll order later. Let's continue with our worker journey. So what I think is the right thing to do is to just put the entire worker prefab inside resources and load, because then it's just a simpler structure. String worker prefab address, right? And yep, just gonna say spawn worker. I'm gonna share that everywhere. I'm gonna ask this question of whether or not is purchased, or rather is purchased, and that simply does a little pref check. Actually, it's get set. What do we get? Game save. Game save. Do we have a? We do. Now we're gonna have a public enum. I think we can leave it here and keep a simpler structure. So line 2. No. Let's have a public enum game save worker and have fu steak, or rather steak cooker, waiter restaurant first, waiter restaurant second, and also we can separate this with a line here. So steak cooker, then we've got waiter restaurant. What else do we have? What else do we have? We've got waiter horse through. So let's put a underscore here, just so that it's easier to read. What else do we have? We've got we've got a whole bunch of cashiers, right? So cashier restaurant first, cashier restaurant second, cashier horse hotel, cashier bathhouse. I think that's it. Cleaner first, cleaner second. This must be it. Oh, firewoodman and hayman. And let's add them too. So hayman and the firewoodman. We've got these two, and this must be. Oh, I wrote so many code. So much code. So for get, we're gonna say global save. Say game save worker. We're gonna get boolean. We're gonna pass in game save worker dot public game save worker save key. I'm gonna pass in the save key here and just check it out, and for set we simply setting the value just like that. What else? Can I do this, by the way? Can I make this public and have the set be private? Yep, I like this better. And here we set days purchase to true. And here in start, if it's purchased, we are going to spawn worker. And here we are going to forcefully spawn the worker. And you need a little scale down. So simply transform do scale 0 in 2 seconds. Maybe it's 2 more, so let's go. Yeah, let's go 2 seconds. So spawn the worker, save the worker, initialize goes here, done the loading. Let's pass this guy in. Instance, and we're gonna display, and we're gonna pass in ourselves, and that'll open the purchase panel, and spawn the worker. So we gotta load, spawn, initialize. Yes, let's go. I kind of want to order water right now, but I kind of don't want to. Let's keep going. No one dies from thirst. Dun, 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 dun. Load. I wish I could use the pooling system here, but the question is, what if I mean, the system doesn't load twice. Hold on. So we've got different sorts of workers. Got restaurants, waiters, blah blah blah. So they will need their own custom code, if you will. Does that mean we need a whole bunch of worker slots? One worker slot per worker type? If that's the case, oh yeah. If that's the case, we can have the loaded prefab as a static field, so it is shared amongst the worker slots. That makes sense. So let's do that, right? I think, though, this guy needs to be protected and virtualized. Just for safety. I'm doing that out of intuition, right? Let's create all of the worker slots. So worker slot, restaurant, waiter. I wish it would have let me to create a whole bunch before compiling. I'm sure there's a way for it, hot reload or something. But worker slot, horse through waiter, like so. I'm dying to play some upbeat music, but I really don't want to hurt my sleep. And I can't believe I have to sleep in 1 hour. I'm not tired at all. Ugh. Worker slot. Cash. Oh, holy shit. We've got a whole bunch of cashiers. Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Cashier, because cashiers work with counters, and counters are how would you say? They are they're not inherited and not service entity based. They're parent level. I'm doing a terrible job at explaining it, but that's probably because my CPU is running at a lower clock rate. Slot, cashier, blah, 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 blah. What else? So we've got restaurant waiters, cleaners. Hold on, cleaner. How many? We've got 4, right? I think we are missing 1. Yeah, the steak cooker. And fireman and hayman, right? So 1, 2, 3 are what we are missing. Doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Yep. So worker slot, hayman, and got 2 more. So worker slot, firewood man. Dun, 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 dun. And worker slot. What was it? Steak cooker. Done. I'm gonna put all these in one folder and start implementing them one by one. Then actually creating the prefab, actually creating the rewards for it, writing the camera movement code for unlocking them, so it's actually connected to the reward system, writing the spawn code and initialization of the worker, finalizing the panel, and I think then we'll be finished with the workers. And then tomorrow we can start working on the characters. See if we can do this in half an hour. I mean, that'll be an achievement here. Right? Let's put all of these. Again, let's create another worker slot folder under. I understand, it just doesn't matter at this point. I just want to separate these actual worker slots from the extras, the panel and image fillers and stuff like that. Also, this, yeah, that's no problem. Okay, so, which one should we start with? Let's do whatever we want to do here in Visual Studio, right? Because you just can't go back and forth too much. Scripts and worker slot and all of these guys. Well, first thing first, they all are worker slots. That's what they all share. Beautiful. Then we have to make this protected virtual. Do the same thing with the wake, just in case. And let's remove all this, remove all of that, remove all of this. I rather do this custom scripting thing all day long and not delegate anything to Unity, because I just don't trust Unity. I trust my scripts. They always work. No matter what, they always work. So, this. Hold on. We need to load worker, and at the end of loading the worker, we will spawn it. Right? So this spawn code is worker specific, not load worker. At the end of it, we're gonna call here Now, this is the interesting part, right? This is what I had in mind. We are gonna have. We can't actually do that. I was thinking about. You know, some of these workers we're gonna have more than one, right? So we're gonna have, let's say, 2 restaurant waiters or 2 cleaners, and I just didn't want to call the load code twice because it's the same prefab, and we actually shouldn't, to be honest with you. It's not the right thing to do. Well, there's one way we can create the same amount of pools and then connect each worker with a pool and then do it that way. How terrible is that? Well, or we can load it here. There is this, I understand that Unity handles loading something twice in the background. So if something is loaded and we ask to load it again, it just simply puts that from the memory and gives it to us. It doesn't actually goes in there into the actual storage of the device loading it. But what if we actually call both of them in the same frame? You know? Because if we unlock the waiter in the first, maybe I'm reading too much into this. We are talking about one mesh, right? Screw it, dude. What am I doing here? This is one mesh, right? And why is it boiling hot? Let me turn on the AC even more. I am boiling here. You're gonna have boiled Ezo in about an hour. And I don't know. I'd rather be cooked than to be boiled, you know? I just hate boiled. This doesn't taste good. Let's power through this. Okay. So, worker parent, loaded worker parent, loaded worker, sorry. And we are going to make this protected. And here, let's say resources, load. We are in WebGL, so load async doesn't even mean anything here. We're gonna load a worker parent in this address. Isn't there non-complete or something? I'm totally blanking on the syntax. I'm totally blanking on the syntax. It is returning it. It's in one frame. What am I doing? But I'm sure I had a better syntax for this before. Let me open the load module of loading module. Yeah, they're saying loading is and then waiting a frame. I'm gonna do this. How's an orchestrator is handling this? I'm guessing it's not waiting actually. Yeah, see? So load and then just stay there for it to load, right? I think we are also going to go this way because it's not actually synchronized. And after doing that, we'll hit spawn worker. And what spawn worker is going to do is instantiate loaded worker, spawn worker, and position is simply transform position. Oh, where did I go? Same goes with rotation. Rotation. Actually, should be quaternion identity. And we don't have anything to do with scale. Quaternion. Is it a system thing? Numerics. I care about numerics. I don't know, Unity engine. Identity. And so we spawn, we set the rotation position, and load, spawn, initialize. Now we go to initialize, right? So this is the part where we have to go under every individual worker slot and implement the I was the one who said I'm not tired at all. No, this is a good sign. Override spawn worker. And one by one. This will have a food upgrader. If you stake, food operator stake, and it's gonna take the spawn worker as a worker stake cooker, and it's gonna start being a worker, and it's gonna pass in the food upgrader stake, just like that. Like a champ. I'm gonna close this for the sake of simplicity. Move on to the next one, right? Restaurant waiter. And this will be restaurant manager. Restaurant manager. And we're gonna worker as worker waiter. And we're gonna pass in the restaurant manager here. Why aren't you working? Ah, because this isn't public. I'm gonna do the same thing, the exact same thing for restaurant cleaner. Get worker cleaner. Start being a worker, probably needs to be public. Easy. Come on. Yep. Close this, close that. Horse through waiter. Then get this worker, waiter, horse through waiter, horse through manager. Rather worker, horse through waiter. And come on, that's it. Force through manager here. Pass that in there. Copy, move to the worker slot. Hey man, what did this guy need? First of all, this needs to be a worker hey man, and this needs to be the horse hotel manager. Name it horse hotel manager. Pass that in there. Is this public? No. We're gonna make it public. Make it public. And close it. Go back here. Make sure it works. Beautiful. We're gonna close it. What else? This is firewood. We're gonna paste. We forgot to copy. It's okay. We're gonna write it from this. So it's a public bathhouse manager. We're gonna override the spawn worker. We're gonna get the spawned worker as worker firewood. We are going to then initialize, or rather start the, probably not public. Yep. Public. Let's say start worker. No. Start being a worker. And we're gonna pass in this guy. Beautiful. This time though, we are going to copy this entire thing and not forget cashier. This is unique though, right? Because let's use it as casted to a cashier. Double check this exactly. This guy requires a higher level script, which is service entity counter. Pass that in there, and with that, all of the worker slots are now set up properly. So let's organize this section of our code a bit. Get out of here. Don't need this. This is, I need this. I don't need this. I don't need this, and I don't need that. Okay. So load automatically then spawns. The spawn then automatically does that. Let's see. I think everything is properly set up, and we can move on to the scene. Set up the slots. Connect them to the corresponding objects. Place the prefabs inside the right address, and then that ecosystem works. Now we have to then connect this to the reward system. Let's commit our changes. Connecting it to the reward system. That has to be done tomorrow because I have to sleep in half an hour. So done. Tell him that is human nature. What am I doing? We can work. So I'm gonna hide this bad boy. We're gonna create every worker slot required, right? Over here, I'm gonna lock that in there. So this is the parent. Name it so. Parent. Like an underscore here. Parent. So one by one, right? Let's also properly name this. Properly name this parent. And let's duplicate them as much as needed. Don't you think these are a bit too large? Well, we can always make them smaller because they're sharing the prefab. So, this will be horse through waiter. And this script should say so. Horse through worker slot, horse through waiter. We're gonna save the prefab. Bring this guy, put it over here. Next, you are the restaurant waiter. This guy is the restaurant cleaner. Remove that, place that in there, save it. Take the guy, put it over there, select the next one, bring it over here. So are we gonna go? Yeah, this is a steak cooker. Steak cooker, worker slot, steak cooker, beautiful. Worker slot, steak cooker here. And then this guy, what is this guy? This is firewood man. So firewood man, we are then going to save this one, and we still require one. Copy, paste, get over here. Firewood man goes over there, and this guy, get over here. We're gonna name this Hey Man, and we're gonna add this script in. And with that, we have all the worker slots. Let's fix the naming. Let's save what we have, meaning commit. Let's place them. So this is all placeholder, right? So Hey Man would be here. Horse through waiter would be here. Restaurant waiter would be here. Well, that's a rough choice. I'm gonna put it here for now. I'm gonna find a better place for it later, right? This also comes here. Again, we are going to finalize these, don't worry about it. Steak cooker is here. Firewood man is here. Will be here, rather. Restaurant waiter. We need another restaurant waiter for this restaurant. Name it restaurant waiter 1. This will be restaurant waiter 0. This also will be restaurant cleaner 0. And this will be restaurant cleaner 1. We're gonna save that. We're gonna commit our changes. And let me take a quick little look, see if I'm missing anything. So this is 7, right? Cashier, we completely forgot about the cashier. Yeah. Worker slot, cashier. We're gonna add the cashier in here. Worker slot, cashier. Remove that, save that guy over there, and we need a whole bunch of cashiers. We need this cashier. Get over here. Why is it? Let's go. So, okay, one cashier here, one cashier here, one cashier here, and one cashier here. These are not going to be all visible at the same time. These are all will be connected to the reward system, and progressively they'll unlock as the player progresses through the game. So don't panic, right? I got this. Why do we have 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. What we've got? Oh, okay. These are workers. These are the slots. All right. So we actually gotta delete the workers from the scene. Hold on. Hold on. Yep, let's actually delete the workers. Because workers will be loaded and spawned from the worker slots. Let us save, commit. I'm running at 20% of my brain capacity here. This is half an hour before going to bed. Do I have to eat anything before other than the protein shake? I've got a tiny bit of rice and Greek yogurt, right? Nothing else? No potatoes today. Steak is eaten. Yeah, everything is eaten. Eggs are eaten. Yep, just a protein shake and some rice, and today will be done. Okay. Now, these workers, they need to be in the resources folder. Here, worker. Let me bring everything over here now. Let's head over to every worker slot and sync the addresses. So all of them will have a prefabs worker prefix. Then apply that to you would have automatically applied that to the parent. Why aren't you doing that? Now can I go to Oh yeah, that makes sense because the actual scripts are different. Yeah. Let's power through it, guys. Let's just power through it. Let's not whine. Just power through it. Beautiful. Now, one by one. So we've got the slots here and we've got the workers here. So let's lock in there. Remove this. Cashier. I'm gonna lock that. That's gonna be a little bit confusing, but bear with me. So cashier. Also, if this is firewood worker, do we have cleaner in the worker? Oh crap. We didn't actually save the worker, the cleaner worker. Let's do that. So we get the parent here. These are the slot. Oh, so it's a restaurant cleaner. This is named cleaner. Okay. That's the problem. So let's horse through waiter, restaurant cleaner, restaurant. Okay, now it's synced. Let's go one by one again. These are the workers. We need the slots. Lock. So cashier. Lock. This. And over here. Lock unlock. Firewood. Boom. Shouldn't there be a steak cooker? Steak cooker. Go there. Amen would be here. Lock unlock. There it is. Next up, this guy. Sorry, horse through waiter. This guy. We better not change the name of these prefabs because this whole structure depends on it. Lock unlock, restaurant cleaner. these repetitive tasks, they are peculiar because and it's finished, so I don't even have to explain it. Good. Now, boom, 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 boom. Now, one by one, we need to assign the safe key, right? So cashier is the cashier. Oh, okay. Doesn't make sense to do it there even. All right. Except for the ones that we only have one of them, right? So this is hey man. This is horse through waiter. Cashier horse through, did I have that? No, that was a horse hotel. Okay. Let's have the cleaner. This will be the waiter. Some sort of waiter. Steak cooker. Beautiful steak cooker. Shouldn't it be named the worker steak cooker? Nope. Cashier, let's give it one cashier, like first restaurant. So every prefab has something. Now I have to set it up properly here. So fireworks, steak cooker. This is restaurant first, cleaner first, beautiful. Cleaner restaurant second, restaurant waiter first, restaurant waiter second, horse through waiter, hey man, cashier. All right, this is when it gets. So cashier, restaurant, and then this is cashier, restaurant 1, which is second. This cashier is for the bathhouse. Cashier, bathhouse. This is horse hotel. Horse hotel. Horse hotel. And so everything is set up now, right? Yeah. Let's save what we have. Let's write the titles. Cashier, firewood man, say hey man, this is horse through waiter. It's the title that the player sees, right? Restaurant cleaner, this is restaurant waiter, this is a steak cooker. Good. The fact that I'm yawning is perfect because that means not taking the second caffeine actually works. All right, so apparently everybody has signed the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding. Huh? Let's see how it goes. Cool. Okay. With all of that done, let's pick a icon for all of these guys, just so that it's not empty, and we'll figure it out the final ones later. Have the waiter icon for everybody. All right. All set up. Now, we need to actually set the correct references here. Boom. Thankfully for most of them, there's just one. Now this is tricky. Boom. Boom. Restaurant waiter. First restaurant. Second restaurant. Force through. The Hayman. Rather horse wash. Don't lose faith, guys. Don't lose faith. Faith is the only thing you've got. Mistakenly, Q points have the service entity counter attached to them? That's wrong. Counter is counter, right? Go to parent and remove that from there. Make it simpler. To make it simple. And cashiers. First cashier is for restaurant. Probably this is the order, right? So this will be horse hotel automatically. Beautiful. This will be the bathhouse automatically. Bathhouse. This will be restaurant. Beautiful. Now I just noticed something. Is this service entity? This is not its own prefab. Gotta make it its own prefab. Can't just cheat like that. So service entity, get over here. Of course you can't, because you want me to. Alright, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Second restaurant. And interesting that it says restaurant counter. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's the script type. Got it. Okay. All said and done. Let's update. And let's do a tiny bit of test here. See if it magically just works. Well, it won't. You know why? Because we don't have the buttons for the panel set up properly. So let's do that. Haven't even set up the proper script for it. So it's the worker purchase panel. Image, title, am I right? Yes. And worker purchase, hold on, worker purchase panel, hire. You also gonna have a worker hire button, gonna rename it to button. These are the 5 in the morning mistakes. One more. If it just works like easily right now, it'll be so good. And these are essential button, which I simply have to override a unbutton clicked here. for both. Essential button, essential. And now worker purchase panel instance hire and close button clicked. Now let's assign these scripts to the buttons. This is the hire button, not the claim button, and this is the cancel button. And we remove the cancel, remove the other. Okay, now this guy set ability, yep, and it's false. Good. Let's test it out. See if everything works. We did a lot here in the last 40 minutes. We actually set it up properly. I mean, we actually did a lot. Does it make sense that, okay, come on. What just happened? It acted like, which one was it? Which one? Oh, hold on. So this image, yeah. All right. This guy needs to be this guy. And let's set up everything else properly. Everything else is set up. Let's remove that. All right, let's try it one more time. Try it one more time. Come on, work with me. See what happens. So, first of all, yeah, let's start with this. Oh, it doesn't even turn on. Probably something wrong with the colliders. Anyways, let me just double check that actually. All right, at this point, fill image is empty. I'm definitely sure I set it up, but is that your problem? Fills up, panel pops up. Those buttons are not visible, but that's a non-issue. So say higher, and we have an error. Okay, we'll figure this thing out tomorrow. We did 90% of the work. We're gonna finalize the worker slots tomorrow, connect it to the reward system, and move on to finalizing the characters. If we get ourselves to this point by tomorrow, get all these things done by tomorrow, tomorrow will be a productive day. So take care, and I'll be streaming in a few hours right after waking up, basically. Take care, everybody.